So in my last video, I have shown you that I have successfully retrieved the data from my CSV file, which you can see right at this side, and I wanted to convert the categorical data, which for features like student, income and saving, I need to convert the categorical data into the numeric representation, and that is what this particular video is all about. In this video, I have already installed the scikit-learn package, and from there I will be getting called to the LabelEncoder class, and this class will be responsible for transforming these features into numeric representation, and this has to be done with the help of LabelEncoder class. And over here I'm creating a reference of the LabelEncoder with the help of the constructor. Well, what I have done over here is I'm created a new function over here by the name called convert categorical field, and I have given a call to this particular method because this method, which I have shown in the last video, was responsible for reading the data from the CSV file and put it inside the template. Okay, so the big challenge which I was encountering was that to show the raw data that is coming from CSV and to show simultaneously the transform data together. Okay, so for that reason what I did is I created a global data frame object so that I can preserve the data, the raw data that is getting generated from this function. And at the same time I will also convert the numeric value that also will be there over here, and I need to print them together. And for that reason, if you look over here, this is the raw data that has been captured from the CSV file, and after transformation, after using the LabelEncoder, this would be the reference that I'm going to plot so that these two tables are generated just beside one another. So here I've given a call to the LabelEncoder constructor, and it's purely a object-oriented programming, so you need to make use of a constructor over here. And in my last video I just captured the raw data from this method, so that's the reason I'm just passing it over here, so that data is what I can pass it, because the data frame I will be modifying it for the generating the transform value. So over here the last value, I mean the raw data, I need to pass it over here. For that reason I've given a call. So these two lines, you can say, so they are related one with the other one, so I can put them together. Okay, now what I have to do, I have to go for the scaling, I mean transformation of this numerical category into numeric value, and for that reason I have to verify that which feature has got the categorical information. And for doing so, what I'm doing is that I'm running a loop over here which will scan all the features individually and check what is the data type of that. Those features that has got a string representation, in case of age is a numeric representation, so it would not fall under the if condition, whereas in case of student, yes, it's a string, income is a string, saving is a string, buy book is also a string. All these four columns, or out of which the three are the features and the last one is the label, the final output, they are going to have a transformation. And for that reason what I will be doing is that I'm checking the data type, and whoever has a string type representation, they will get inside the if condition. And here I'm giving a call to fit underscore transform. This particular function will be responsible for converting your categorical information into the numeric representation, and the way it does is really interesting. It will just find out the alphabetical position according to English sequence. So n would come first before y, so that's the reason wherever the word n would be there, I mean no would be there, that represented by 0, like n, no is 0 over here, no is 0 over here, and wherever y is there, it will be represented by 1. So it's like a binary transformation is doing it. But that's what happening in the case of first student feature. But what about the income? It has got 3 labels. In that case also same concept, h would come first, so wherever high is there, it will represent 0, and then come L. L will be the low is represented 1, and the median M will be represented 2, because that's how the alphabetical position goes, H followed by L followed by M. And the same goes for excellent. E would be represented as 0, and fair, F will be represented as 1, because E followed by F. And y and no will also the same thing, right? The n will be represented as 0 and y will be represented as 1. So that is what actually fit underscore transform method is doing. It's transforming your data into the numeric form, and that's what it is presenting right over here. So after the transformation, as you can see, I'm directly putting the value directly in the data frame. So for that reason I have to preserve the previous raw data so that I can show the actual format. So that's the reason this is the raw data that is holding, and this is what actually have got transformed. And now I'm just passing it to the HTML format. That means I'm converting the data from into HTML so that I can show it in the template, and then I'm passing that over here as well. So that means inside the HTML I have to receive both the objects, and accordingly I have to map them like what I have done over here, and that's how you are able to see both the data simultaneously. It's really very important that you need to do this, because unless and until you scale down the categorical data into a numeric representation, your machine learning algorithm is not going to work. So that was the content of this video. In my next video, I'm going to perform a split operation between this particular data set so that I have got a testing data as well as training data. And that's what's going to come in my next video. So wait and watch. Bye-bye.